listen. I meant to get a paper towel. I'm walking y'all. Y'all listen to that. Trying to see my feet into. Yeah. I said I'm walking now. Trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking now, oh yeah, you cut me up, but you'll have just to know. Yes, yes. Woohoo! I'm walking, y'all. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yes. Oh, finger snapping. Get your chair, get your mats, line up, you walk, jump on your bike, start your treadmill. Let's do this 30 minutes. You know, I went roller skating yesterday. Oh, I went roller skating. Oh, I can take this down. Y'all keep going. Ooh. But I'm taking this off. I printed out one, but it's still upstairs, and I never brought it downstairs. But if I get rid of this one, by the time Juneteenth starts, Kwanzaa starts, I'll have a new one. When we go back to listening. Yes. Yeah, I went roller skating, y'all. Whew. I'll put up the video. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I know my back feels good. But let's start this. Uh-oh. I was like, do I gotta get Tyrone? Let's go. Norma Brown. In honor of Norma Brown. Let me tell you something. What a great human being. That energy is so tender, full force. She didn't take any crap for anything, but she would do everything for you, and she loved people. And I met Norma because I was a mentor to this little 8-year-old boy. They had started in the school system already. They always got something. What they said now, no child left behind, bullshit. But they usually leave you behind in the 3rd grade. So, a lot of kids I've mentored, it has been to make sure they don't get left back again. So, technically, if they didn't do anything, they wouldn't be left back again. But it's just a way on this penal colony. Hi, I'm Vicki, coming to you live. From this penal colony, a.k.a. USA, a.k.a. America. Thanks for coming on the walk. On this penal colony, it's to make them stay in school longer. Then, the funding comes in, especially in states, you know, I want to say warden heavy states, they will leave back African Americans and minorities. Definitely African Americans. Remember, this is a penal colony. This whole penal colony is set up for our ancestors. Though it's been 600 years, these ignorant people, it don't matter. You know, so they leave them back by 3rd grade. They get into 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade. If they're able to make it out of the 3rd grade, chances are they won't get the 4th grade left back and stuff like that. But they got to pull them back a year for funding, to show that minorities are stupid. Listen, I didn't write it. I'm just glad to know where I am. I'm just glad to know. I'm just glad to know how I guess subconsciously I always knew because it's how I operate. So Norma, great person. So I mentioned this little boy in the summertime. And of course his dad didn't find him at summer camp. So I went running around. And someone said from the school that Alan, I don't know what it is, it's a Methodist cult. And they said they're doing summer camp. So I go over there the first day, nobody's there. I go back because this little kid couldn't be in the street all summer. So finally, I see the door open. I go in, and there's Norma. I was so happy, as were other parents behind me, because she must have been the last summer camp taking enrollment at this late time. And I just said to her, listen, whatever I can help you do, I'll help you do it. If you need extra help when you take them to the pool, the park, whatever, you can't get to church folks, your cult members, I'm here. And I would go a couple days a week, and Norma ran everything. She got the buses, she scheduled everything, I mean tight. We didn't lose a kid. She was just the greatest. She was up on it. And I think because as soon as we met, we just clicked. We just, like two orbs. And it was wonderful. So after the summer camp, we just stayed in contact with each other. Because she's a nurse, remember I was going to be a nurse. And then when she didn't work in the hospitals anymore, she started teaching. And I love that about her. And we used to hang out. And then I moved away. But when I first started walking, she encouraged me greatly that first year. Yep. And she was my normie. I've only had 2 normies in my life. And she's my second normie. So, I know that energy is chilling. She did what she wanted to do. I knew she lived in the projects, and the minute she got a chance, she worked 2 or 3 jobs, honey, and got her a house. She said, I ain't raised my kids in no projects. And that's another way we connected. My mother, yeah, we had apartments where the mice used to jump in our shoes and stuff. But that's the way it was. That was the area that was zoned for us on this penal colony. We have zoned areas just for us. Now, the Section 8 is trying to break us out of that. But you can't. Ignorance. Ignorance. Break out. No. You got to destroy ignorance. You can't break out, because when you break out, what you going to meet? More ignorance. So, oh, Normie. Making good decisions. Okay, this is what I'm saying. If you hear me when I talk about people who are in prison, all the terms I'm going to tell you, it was my Normie. She had this cousin who's an excellent, fix everything man. Put the roof on. Put a gate in. With the studs, the cements, and the whole 9 yards. Paint. Everything. And Norma and I would be talking. And she said, oh, I need something with the windows. And I said, oh, yeah, you're going to call your cousin, right? And she said, well, when he come off his mandated vacation. I said, oh, well, that shouldn't be too long, because I'm thinking vacation, about 2 weeks. Ha! She said, Vicki, state mandated vacation. Of course, I start laughing. Prison. So then, years go by, and say, oh, I want to pay for, roofers. But my cousin can do it. And I was like, yeah, he sure can. He did a lot of good things in that house, honey. And I said, yeah, your cousin can do it. And she said, yeah, he could. But right now, he's living in a gated community. So I said, oh, that must be nice. She said, Vicki, gated community. I was like, oh, he's back in jail. Oh, so those are the two Norma terms. So if you hear me use it. So I knew she was around because just yesterday, it just came on me so strong. I was like, I haven't heard from Norma in a while. Let me go check out her Facebook page. And that's what I found out. On the 18th of May, Norma passed away. And her energy is here because that's what let me know. On Juneteenth, it just hit me. Call, find out where Norma is. But, before then it was just like, oh, you haven't heard from Norma. Oh, you haven't heard from Norma. Oh, you haven't seen any posts from Norma for a while. And I was like, yeah. But then, on Juneteenth, it was like, fine, go into Norma's Facebook page and see what's going on. And I did. So I was like, oh, Norma. But I was like, well, you're here because technically, that's why I went to your Facebook page, because you wanted me to know. Cool, you can hang around. I've always loved you. I've always loved you. Because that's all they want. This penal colony, these cults are horrible. It's the energy we get from the ancestors. And when we dismiss them and take our energy and put it in a receptacle that got blonde hair, a robe, and sandals, they don't like that shit. But I explained to them, look at Linda. Remember that little boy in the YouTube? Look at Linda. We coming through. We learning. Y'all didn't know y'all was on penal colony until y'all was dead. Oh yeah, we will not be walking 4th of July. July liar. Because if I walk on the 4th of July, I will lose my YouTube page and I will lose my Facebook page. So, I decided to not walk on the 4th of July. It's a lie. They ain't telling you about the Civil War the right way either. England never left. The king never left. He he left as far as his people running the penal colony. But he controls the wardens. So that was what that was about. The king wanted his cotton, because you know they always dress in those big, fluffy, froofy things. And he wanted his sugar. And he just put the Hatfields McCoy in as wardens. And the Civil War was a penal colony trying to break free of the king at last. And how could they do that? Cut off his supply of cotton, cut off his supply of sugar, and his manipulation of the southern states. But, so that's why we were free to fight against the South and the king. If you notice things, especially in the South, they always like classical music stuff. It's like, we know they play the banjo. We know they playing on the old banjo and all that other kind of hootenanny stuff. But they always like to seem to be of the European culture, the European standard. You know. Overload. To be continued. Let's get some water and some music, y'all. I said I'm walking now. Trying to see that guitar? That guitar is everything. Cause if I stop walking now, they'll cut me up a jewel of just a nose. Do you know, I would be so excited to do this live. I'm walking, y'all. Trying to save my feet. But I'd have to do one of those tuner things. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all. Trying to stay ahead of the show. Yeah. We can't stay too long. I want to. If I stop walking, y'all, the king's gonna trip me up. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. Let me tell y'all, I'm working on telling y'all where to get CDs, because you know I still want to buy my goats from Ghana and my cows from South Africa. And yeah, we'll do the walk. Can you imagine me doing the walk from Ghana? And y'all follow me as I go try to make my goat purchases. Yes, I'll be taking the ancestors. Everybody be coming. Like, just like we all went to Nevada to what we thought. Well, here's the thing. I used to look at these old prison movies. And sometimes you can have a good warden, and sometimes you can have a bad warden. And the good wardens would let you do programming, would let you have education, give you gyms, give you a place outside where you can run around, give you counseling. The same thing that we get on the penal colony. But the bad ones, the bad wardens, like Abbott, and that DeSantis, they're horribly bad wardens. They're horribly bad wardens. Now, usually in the brick and mortar prisons, when they get a horrible horrible warden. The COs are endangered. Other prisons are endangered. They call it a pressure cooker. That if you don't take the tension off, it'll explode. Well, come out the brick and mortar, come on this penal colony. That's why the Hispanics is going to show discuss this. The warden discussed this. And Warden Abbott, that's Texas. And let me tell you, in Warden Abbott, Texas, they aren't educated because the warden thinks it's easier to control them in Texas if they're not educated. He just put a bill and they put it through, no diversity. There's only England, French, European, everything white. Every other race, every other thing, I have no idea. And I know because it was done to me. I told y'all. And I was in New York City. They would say, oh, so about Irish. And I said, I'm Irish. And they said, yeah. No. The Hispanics do not say anything. And then they didn't talk about the Polish too much because they used to tell these real mean Polish jokes. So no one would like lift their hand up and say I'm Polish. And so then I'm sitting there waiting for my turn. I need to build up too. So I said, well, where am I from? Change the subject. The only song that they sung in my choir pertaining to African American was Kumbaya. When I got to South Carolina and heard about Pearly Jubilee and so many other songs that were not cult related that we could have sung up here, but no. So you can have bad wardens. So in Texas, there's a lot of ignorant people running around with guns, but that's okay. In that penal state, that's how the warden can control the people. In Florida, warden disgusting. He's going after immigrants. As much as we talk about Hispanics being kicked out, they ain't the only immigrants there. Remember, there's European immigrants that think this is a great life, but it is. Can you imagine being a European sitting in your house trying to make ends meet? Everybody talk about your family. You lived in that town for a long time. And then you come to this penal colony where you are a star. You are a star. See, one man's poison is another man's cure. One man's prison is another man's playground. One man's prison is another man's freedom. It's our prison and their freedom. But now I know. It was the not knowing. I didn't want my madam energy to separate. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want my madam energy to separate without me figuring this shit out. No, we're not ignorant. No, we're not. You send your kids to school, they're going to come home with red marks. They're going to tell them that they're nothing, especially if your state is wardened by an ignorant Hatfield and McCoy. Doesn't matter. Dems or Republicans. Ignorancy is ignorancy. Where they're taught that we don't exist. But again, that lets you see what the matrix is. You know? I'm going to teach my state African Americans don't have no history, they don't exist. But then everywhere they look, we do have history and we do exist. But the wardens, they have to push that narrative. Now you think I want some doctor from Texas touching on me? Not all that ignorance. Those Midwest Mormons y'all talk about touching on y'all. Oh, thank you, doctor, you healing me. No, he's been learning for a long time. You're a dark spirit. You're some kind of, you got voodoo music. And you're into voodoo. And you're like, oh yes, doctor, I'll take that medication. He don't give a shit about healing you. They say they treat the disease. When you treat the disease spreads. That's why it spreads. They're treating the disease. Especially on us, the experimentals. But honey, at least I know. I can't even tell you how low my blood pressure has gone. I can't even tell you. The stress of knowing that soon you're going to be attacked or one of these crazy ass wardens, but I know it's wardens in. I thought of this as a country, but it's not. Let me tell you what countries do. They say our population is not what we want it to be. We will give child care incentives. We will give health care incentives. You can get, will be housing, because when my daughter was small, anything with 2 bedrooms, but now I know I'm on a penal colony, they'd have never gave it to me anywhere, because I went into a neighborhood that I wasn't supposed to be in. So when they said, no, we don't want any kids, I was like, but it's 2 bedrooms, who else are you going to put there? Anyway, they want you to have kids. They would make sure you have housing, different things like that. But not on this penal colony. Penal punishment. They said no abortions. You will have this baby. If you die, oh well. If you get rid of the baby, we will throw you in jail. That's how you can tell the difference between a country and a penal colony. Look it up. Penal colonies are all over. Russia got their penal colonies where they're throwing the prisoners of war from Ukraine. Ukraine has penal colonies where they're throwing the Russians. Look it up. So, at least I know. At least I know, y'all. At least I know. least I know. We're just doing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. I did my bike and my hanging and skating yesterday. Oh, let's just do 5, neither up nor down. Tuck your elbow in, squeeze your gut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good one. Oh, ciao. I ain't put the video up yet, but I will. But I tell you, whew, these thighs are on fire. Thighs on fire, rolling down the road. Y'all remember Absolutely Fabulous? Oh, so thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe, and then guess what? Subscribe some more. Hey, I went and looked at my videos that don't got no title because I plan the event. I go in through the event that has a title, and still when I'm about to go live, I'm supposed to take time and put in the title in the event. Well, what's the use of doing it ahead of time? And I haven't worked that out yet. I'm doing it ahead of time. So probably my videos don't get around because they're all untitled. Though I plan the event, and the event is titled, so you think when I go live under the event, the title would cross over, but no. Everything is untitled. What? It's Zuckerberg world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut in Zuckerberg world. Like, comment, share. Hey, thanks for the Zuckerberg world. I was looking at those videos. The reason why I started the conversation. And thank you. I've been seeing 100 views and stuff. I just thought I had Loretta, Marilyn, Diane, Ezo. I used to have can't think of her name. Norma. Yeah, Aunt Norma, your energy is great, wonderful. So if your family is putting you RIP and threw you in the receptacle, come on over here. Always been a wonderful person. Always. Okay, y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. And that's my Normie story. And she'll be vibing around me just like she did yesterday. Go on my page. Go on my page. So, Normie's dead. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Thanks all of you. YouTube. I know I get like 2 or 3, but it's probably more. But I don't know how to look at those numbers. Anyway, like, comment, share. Tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Have a wonderful day. I love you. You love me. And I'll see you tomorrow.